Hello everybody and welcome to A Good Death. This is a Skyrim Permadeath series where we crank the difficulty all the way up to Legendary from the very get-go. We do a random start, which means random race, random class, random Dragonborn status, and random starting location. This keeps the gameplay and the challenge fresh from character to character. So if this sounds awesome to you and maybe you like my beard, I don't know, hit the like and subscribe button because that helps me out a lot. Hey, Mr. B, we got Caladran. We have Enigmatic Nomad, formerly known as Silent Echo. Welcome, welcome everybody. Big Head, welcome friend. Yeah, day 24. This is getting crazy, huh? I blame the extra perks that I got through the Uncapper in Ordinator. And Alchemy a little bit. Alchemy is really, really strong. But, you know, we're going to try to give this character a good ending if he doesn't actually find a good death. So, yeah, this is our Midnight Bard, our Dunmer Bard here. He has made it a long way based on his skills as a swordsman and as an alchemist and as an enchanter. And also just being an all-around likable guy despite his harsh and scary demeanor. The Midnight Bard has a persona to keep up, you know? Gotta be dark, gotta be scary, gotta be brooding, but he's a pretty good guy. He used to be a reaver, used to kill people for money and for fun, but he broke good at some point, decided that he wanted to concentrate on his music and sharing his art with people, and still kind of being a badass too at the same time. All right. So what are we doing today? Well, we were going to pursue the Dawn Guard quest line and try to kill Harkin as the main big bad and kind of put a cap on this permadeath run with the death of Harkon. But then Lucian threw us a curveball. He got a letter from his dad saying that he thinks that he found where the legendary Doomsbethar Dwarven Ruin is located, and so we're here in Solstheim to follow it up because Lucian's been a good friend to us, you know. He's followed us through thick and thin. He's grown with us. He has suffered with us. He has suffered us, being me and Lucian particularly, or me and Duras here, the Midnight Bard particularly. And, you know, he stayed a good friend through the whole thick of it. So we are going to go ahead and repay the favor, and we're going to take him to Doomsbethar here in Solstheim, even though Duras really hoped never to come back to this place. Now, it's going to be very important that he keeps wearing his mask, Duras, that is, because he used to be a reaver here in Solstheim, and he would rather not anybody recognize him. Either reavers who think that they are owed a blood debt by him for leaving, or by the local authorities here, which would know him as a bad person here and have some bounties and maybe a jail sentence or even an execution to pay for. So let's keep the mask on. Let's make a beeline toward Doomsbethar here. Where is Doomsbethar? It is actually on the west coast here, up in the cliff face. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the west coastline here. There's probably going to be, yeah, right here in these towers, we're gonna have a run-in with some reavers that want to waylay us and take our valuables and leave our dead bodies, which is what reavers do. And then at some point there's going to be a path up into the mountains up here near the Waterstone, I believe. This looks like a nice little path right up here, but this is actually a waterfall, and there's no way up there, at least without, you know, either cheesing your way, jumping up the side, or turning off collision and just flying up there. So we'll be going this way. All right, with that said, let's go do it, huh? Hope we don't die. Be ashamed to die to a fellow reaver so soon. After arriving in Solstheim again for the first time in what feels like years, especially after a day 24 permadeath run, right? Let's go ahead and discover the Earth Stone here. Now, I used to run a mod that allowed you to sleep in Solstheim without being recruited, quote unquote, by Mirac. And since we're not Dragonborn, that would be a great way to go with that. But I don't know if I have that installed anymore. So yeah, I have the dropped frames issue whipped. I kicked its ass. So it turns out, I think my chosen bitrate was a little bit too high. I had to shave that down a little bit, but I think the main culprit was that I had everything tuned for low latency on my OBS side and then ultra low latency on YouTube's side. And that was causing a bit of a disconnect between what it was expecting to get and what it was actually getting. So I've got that tuned, and that was a new OBS setting, by the way, that OBS updated. It wiped out all my mic settings, which is why audio sounded terrible there for a few weeks. I got that fixed, and then it added in the tuning for latency. So I got that fixed too, and now the stream should be smooth as AF. Let me know if it's not. I got 0 drop frames so far. So blame software updates. You know, it's the bane of every tech endeavor ever. All right, here are the Reavers. Oh, nice shot, Lucian.
Those look mighty fine on me.
This armor would look good on almost everybody. Oh, that would be a terrible permadeath right there. Taking a spill off the top of a tower. All right, come get me. Reaver Marauder, huh? She's a tough one, I think.
Azura, curse you.
Gotcha with one of them. I should just let her burn to death. There we go. That's what you get. That's what you get for taking on the Midnight Bard. Slow and painful death. Might qualify as a good death if these ne'er-do-wells were actually looking for one. Which I doubt they were. They're just looking for easy riches and violent delights. These violent delights have violent ends. I don't need her butter. All right, we got anybody else? No, that looks like about it. All right, we're not wanting for treasure or anything. We're here for Lucian and his studies, so let's get a move on there. Let's let Lucian catch up because we're here for him. So yeah, the technical settings there were, I took the bitrate down just a little bit. I tuned the latency settings on both sides. Looking good, and I've also decided to get the most out of my GPU by uncapping or at least capping the frame rate to my monitor's refresh rate at 165 and running G-Sync. So I'm getting an ultra smooth, very high frame rate that should help me time dodges a little better. You're probably not going to see that on your end because I think everything's capped at 30 frames per second, but it's going to look a lot better on my end. Hunter, huh? Yeah. All right. As long as he's not trying to kill us. All right, so now we're looking for a path up into the mountains here on the right. Should lead us up to the Waterstone, and if we go past the Waterstone, we should find the path to Doomspithar and some other things up on the peak of this icy mountain here. Anybody know what this mountain is called? Enigmatic Nomad. That's a tongue twister for me for some reason. I'll get used to it. I'll get better at it. I'll practice. Enigmatic Nomad. Enigmatic Nomad. It's crazy how long you've lasted with the Bard. Are you keeping the character once you're done with his story? I don't know. He might make a cameo appearance. Yes, I'll keep the save. I'm not gonna delete him or the profile or anything on MO2. But I think you know, I will have had my fill of him by that time, once we do retire him. But he might make a cameo appearance here and there. Maybe I'll do just a non-permadeath stream with him just to, you know, see where he's... Oh, That's a wild bristleback boar. Anybody want some bacon? Lucian, you like bacon? Who doesn't like bacon?
Another one bites the dust.
And another one bites the bacon, you mean? I actually don't know if I've ever gotten any ingredients from the bristlebacks here. Let's see, we got tusks, a bristleback heart, eye of bristleback. Okay, we'll have to experiment with these ingredients, see what kind of alchemical effects they bestow upon the imbiber. Also, my actual name is Raleigh, or Raleigh, like the capital of North Carolina, and you can call me that. Okay. I shall, maybe. We'll see. Usually whatever's in front of my face is whatever's top of mind, so I might just call you by your screen name because that's what I see. I have to keep my brain cycles available for not dying in the game, but Raleigh might be easier to say than enigmatic nomad. It's definitely a lot less syllables. Ooh, what's this? This is a landmark up here, huh? I think there's probably a cultist or two that guards this place normally. Yep, indeed. Looks like he's trying to shoot fire at me, which is not going to do him any favors. Oh my gosh, he did hurt me quite a bit, though. Oh my gosh, my dodges failed. My dodges just aren't working. Oh, there we go. Now it just popped back up. I think the kill cam that got interrupted there. Ooh, that's scary. Leave you naked and burning in the middle of nowhere. How about that? Yeah, I think the kill cam that got interrupted kind of broke animations there for a second. Yeah, I was mashing on that dodge button and nothing was happening. Working now, though. Oops. Watching the UFC fights tonight. Izzy Asadanya versus Alex Pereira. That guy's name is Israel. I haven't watched UFC in a very long time. I used to love it. I still do, actually. I just haven't made time for it. I might. Is that pay-per-view or is that free? What do we got out here? More Reavers?
I knew it. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually studied Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a long time, about 10 years. I'm very into martial arts. I love them. Through martial arts, we kind of reach the peak of what we can do in terms of physicality with our human bodies, right? As humans. I think I need to go up that way. So it's always impressive to see like what humans can accomplish through the use of just like technique and training and honing our bodies in certain ways. And indeed, mixed martial arts is kind of the pinnacle of all that, I believe. Oop. More Reeklings. Floating trees, good old Skyrim. Yes, indeed. And I'm glad that the latency issues have been figured out too, because I just ran past that like 2 seconds ago and I looked up and I saw somebody commented on it. I actually should go back and take the form ID of that so I can disable it in Xedit.
Ow, ow.
Tough one, huh? Thank you, Lucian, for the courage. You like having the buff there? Woo. All right, he's gone. Was there one more, or did Lucian? No, I hear the spears hitting me, or hitting around me. Ah, I went to run away. Anything good? No. Ooh, there's a chest, though. Yeah, I did as well, about 6 years for BJJ. I would still be doing it now, too, if it weren't for... Okay, so my main coach, Professor Megaton, is a judo guy, and he centered his training curriculum around judo, which makes a certain amount of sense because most guys in competitions and stuff just want to pull guard and fight on the ground. But if you can score an easy takedown or two on somebody who wants to go down anyway, then you're going to get a huge advantage on points early in the match. But as you can tell from the gray hairs in my beard, I am no spring chicken anymore, and being tossed to the ground through just regular drills every night, you know, 30 to 50 times every time I went. I wasn't able to recover anymore, so I had to stop. I was even just going twice a week. I was overtraining myself to the point that I was like feeling depressed all the time. So at some point I might find another school that focuses on the ground game so I don't have to get thrown dozens of times every night, and I could just concentrate on light rolling and working on techniques. That would be awesome. I've also... Ooh, those spiders are scary. Let's, we don't really have any inherent frost resistance, so let's pop a frost potion. These spiders will lunge at you and explode and hurt a lot. Yeah, that would have hurt had that hit me. Kamikaze Spider is the name of my indie band. How about that? Pay-per-view going to B-dubs to watch it. That's funny. I call it B-dubs too. Buffalo Wild Wings. I've never heard it called that before, but my wife and I just started like saying that. Like if we want to go, you know, just watch football with friends or something, we always go to B-dubs. Or if we're looking for a low carb dinner, we'll call in a B-dubs order and I'll go pick it up. B-dubs for the win. Not the best wings. Probably about on par though. Had a lot worse. Tends to be more expensive though than a lot of other places. Probably because of the sporting event. Alright, here we go. Doom's Bethar discovered. And where is Lucian anyway? Well, the trees aren't really floating, they're just not really all the way underground. Close. Close. Is Lucian scared of spiders or something? Their wings are mid at best. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Alright, well, let's look around here a little bit. Maybe there's some kind of treasure or something while we wait for Lucian to hurry his slow ass up. Oh, I thought that fox was Lucian for a second. I was like, oh, here he comes. It does look like there was another path up, because we came from over here. Who is that? Is that a mountain goat? That is a mountain goat. I wonder where on the map they came from. Oh, okay, so it looks like this path is on the other side of this waterfall that looked like the real path. Alright, so we took a bit of a scenic route, I guess. Got Falbathars on the... Whose wings are mid? B-dubs. Buffalo Wild Wings. Yes, indeed. Welcome, J17. J17, are you Genoa from Icarus's Discord? Just trying to connect the people that I know all over the place. I'm on like a dozen different Discords that are Skyrim related. Alright, Lucian, let's wait an hour for him. Hopefully that doesn't put us too much behind schedule. Oh boy, starting to worry about him a little bit. Let's see. He's got the resonance gem. Let's... Let's see here. But yeah, Megaton's daughter is Mackenzie Dern. That's cool. You trained there. He's kind of a legend. He is indeed, and he's a legend on the mat too. Nobody really knows his age, but I suspect he's a lot older than anybody thinks. I feel like he might be pushing 60, and he is a terror on the mat. That dude is a beast. And his daughter is crazy too. I think she's still fighting in the UFC, right? And she's pretty highly ranked. I rolled with her a couple times, and I'm 6'4", 230 pounds, sometimes pushing 240, depending on my training routine and what I've been eating. But I do spend a lot of time in the gym, so a lot of that is strength, and I could pick her up and throw her wherever I wanted to, but she was one step ahead of me all the time, kept me off balance. She was able to beat me easily every time we rolled without even trying. She still fights in the UFC, yeah. It's crazy. I knew her when she was like 15 and just mopping the floor with big old meatheads like myself. And now to see her like fighting at the biggest stage in mixed martial arts is like awesome. Kind of a sweetheart too. She's like a very friendly, very fun person. Megaton is too. It's just once you roll with Megaton, it's like he's got that superhuman grip strength, and you'll be trying to find your grips on a gi and like stand up, and then all of a sudden you wake up on your back after he just choked you out in like 0.2 seconds. It's nuts. I did not see her fighting Gabby Garcia. I had to distance a woman about the size of me. Yeah, she's a big one.
There's no knowing what we may find.
Yeah, let's look around. I just had to go through a load door. No, I did not see the fight. I had to distance myself a little bit from BJJ after a little while because it just got to be a little too much for me. And not because it was like too much on its own, but because I had so much other stuff going on in my life. And then the overtraining thing was getting to be a thing. So I needed to take a break. And if I watch it, I'll want to do it. And I had to stay away from it for a while. Really don't need any more money. There's not really any more I want to buy, but if there are interesting enchantments here that I don't have, I may grab it. But for the most part, loot, I'm going to just take the septums.
Eerie, isn't it?
It is a bit eerie here. It's very quiet. So, all right, tactically speaking, full disclosure, I have never been to Doomspithar before. I've never actually taken a playthrough with Lucian far enough for him to actually take us to a place like this. So I don't know, we might actually be locked at some point because I need to be Dragonborn for something. I don't know, we shall see. But also I don't know what to expect in here in terms of enemies, but oh wow, showers. The Dunmer had showers apparently. Awesome. But I'm guessing there are dwarven automata all over the place in here. So in terms of magical resistance, we probably want to focus on shock. I'm going to keep those ready. Other than that, my light armor skill for just the lunge attacks by the spiders and the spheres and all that, I'm already capped at light armor, so I probably won't need that. Fortify one-handed might come in handy. We'll see. Is this a modded dungeon? This is included with the Lucian follower mod. Wow, he's got like 6 different things in each one of his hands there. You get a little bugged out. That's okay. Yeah, this is Doomspithar. This is like why Lucian wanted to come to Skyrim in the first place. Hey, sorry, didn't get notified right. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, I think you were complaining about that last week too, Zeus, but last week was because I didn't schedule it in advance. This week, I don't know. I scheduled it last night, so I don't know. YouTube gets a little wonky about its notifications sometimes. Oh, and for the record, 0 dropped frames. How about that? That's awesome, right? Lemon, hey, what's up, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Saturday. I am. I'm feeling good this Saturday, man. So I've been struggling with a little bit of anxiety, which is weird for me because I am not like diagnosed with any kind of anxiety disorder or anything like that. And I usually don't feel it at all. And, you know, with a recession looming and maybe a financial crisis and everything, I can see that, but I'm not really worried about that. I think I've taken care of everything that I can as far as that is concerned, so I should be in a good place, and I really haven't been spending a lot of time thinking about that. But then I remembered my fish oil supplements. I stopped taking that a few years ago because it was making me jittery and anxious, and then I started taking them again a couple months ago, and I was like, hey, I'm not feeling any of the side effects from this. Maybe I can start taking this again because it's really good for you. And then just a couple weeks ago, started just feeling anxious out of nowhere. And I think I finally made the realization yesterday that it's probably because of the fish oil. So yeah, I was like cutting back on caffeine and just yawning incessantly, dealing with the caffeine withdrawal headaches, and it wasn't helping. But yeah, I stopped taking the fish oil yesterday, and I'm feeling right as rain again today, and it's kind of a relief. Glad you're feeling good. Thank you. Checked in at 9:40, clicked notify me, and nothing. Like, dude, why? Yeah, weird. Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyway, you haven't missed much. We are at Doomsbethar right now, which is Lucian's kind of goal. He wanted to study this place, which is his whole reason for being in Skyrim. We were going to go try to take on Lord Harkon, continue on with the Dawnguard quest line, but then Lucian got a note from his father saying that he found Doomsbethar. And it was on Solstheim, so that's where we went. Lucian's been a good friend, so we decided, and he followed us through thick and thin, so we decided to follow him here, help him out with whatever he needed. A lot of different living quarters here. This looks like a full-on cafeteria, like a college cafeteria. We had like dorms.
For the Dunmer researchers. Look at that. Some kind of cooking device using flammable gas?
Yeah,
Genius.
right. This really feels like a college campus, doesn't it? You have we had the dorms, we had the shared showers, we have a cafeteria now with a kitchen. Porsche Cayenne 2012, and just got my own apartment. Oh, sweet, man. My brother-in-law, actually sister-in-law, had the Porsche Cayenne. She might still, actually. Brother-in-law sold his startup years and years ago. And got a nice little payout for it, so they decided to get themselves some nice cars, and the Cayenne was one of them. Kind of more of a people mover, but a very nice car, and they really liked it. But that's sweet. Where about in the world are you, Raleigh? I'm here in Arizona. You can tell by my hat. I am a big Diamondbacks fan, and they've been really fun to watch with the new rule changes. I don't know if we got any baseball fans in there, but it's been great. My assassin girl finally joined the assassin guild. Oh, nice. I've been bouncing assassin ideas around. Oh, all right, that hurt a little bit. We're gonna have some steam damage to contend with here too. We've already been here. Maybe not. Wow, this place is a damn labyrinth. Oh, Gale, welcome. Even though I've used Lucian as a follower, I've never taken him to his quest location. Looks interesting. It does indeed, doesn't it? Right now, we're just kind of aimlessly wandering around. This looks like Open Solstheim. Have I been here already? Yeah, this must be where we came in. Okay. Yeah, I've never been here either. This is actually a blind playthrough, one of the very few you're going to get from me. most times with the amount of hours I have in this game, any location that we happen upon, I've actually done probably several times. Oh, here we go. There's the Guardian. Spider. Okay. So that didn't hurt so bad. We actually didn't even have to pop a resist potion, even though I have them ready. I knew I would need some shock potions. Once I found out I was going to a Dunmer ruin, so that's good to be prepared. But that actually didn't hurt that much. I think we're okay there. I don't want to get too cocky though, because there might be just a higher, like, static leveled spider that zaps us for a lot more damage than that. She, like I was talking about, this is my closest to adaptation for Diablo 2 Assassins. Oh yes, I remember you talking about that. Diablo 2, I played as a necromancer for the most part. I played all 3 Diablos so far. I played Diablo 1, I was a mage who found a sword of the Titan that he ended up kind of being more of a spell sword, I guess. A lot of melee damage with that thing. And then in Diablo 2, I played the Necromancer. And then in Diablo 3, I mostly played a Barbarian. Diablo 4, I'm all about that rogue. I already got my my Skyrim build planned from it too, and I haven't even touched the game yet, which is crazy. Ooh, might need some more caffeine here in a minute. Oh, okay.
Ow.
Get him, Lucian. Oh, thank you. Could have worried about yourself, though. Got any soul gems in here? Oh, got the dwarven oil. Looking forward to D4 myself. Yeah, the only thing I'm not looking forward to is the whole move to the MMO for that. It still looks and plays like Diablo as far as I can see, but it being always online and having different regions and stuff and loading queues, I am not looking forward to that, especially at launch. I'm excited for the game, but I might give it a week or two before I start playing just to see if I can get through the queue madness there. Don't trust new games. Don't trust Diablo 2 Resurrected. I've been thinking about getting Diablo 2 Resurrected just for the controller support. I am a filthy pad player, which is why I've never played Diablo 3 on PC, because I work all day on a keyboard and mouse, and I don't want to play all evening on a keyboard and mouse, you know? Okay, so far pretty standard fare as far as Dwemer enemies go, just the regular automata. Yep, okay, do I have spectral missiles here? Let's... Doppelganger 3, I do. Let's level that up a little bit, let's see...
Goodness me. Beautiful, don't you think?
Is that hurting him at all? Oh, it's hurting me. Do I think what, Lucian? I think something interrupted his dialogue, and I'm kind of bummed out that I didn't get to hear it. Oh, man, he got me. Ouch. Penetrated the armor, too. Lucian, you want to help out here? Okay, we are doing barely any damage to him at all. See if we can fortify health. Let's just get in there. Ouch.
Right. Come on, then.
Oh my god. Whew, okay, that was uncomfortable. Can you make it across, Lucian? Don't trust remakes any. Okay, so the Diablo 2 one I thought is far from the reviews as I read and everything. I haven't actually played it yet. was pretty good. Not bad. But the, I think it was the Warcraft 3 remakes were absolutely terrible. And yeah, the Rockstar ones for the older Grand Theft Auto games were also really terrible. So I get the sentiment, right? But if you can get a strong consensus on the reviews from some trusted sources, then yeah, you'll probably do okay. All right, this looks promising.
Look at this door.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. Obviously, whatever the Dwemer we're keeping here must be pretty special.
Yeah?
The question is, how do we get it open?
Don't know. Are we gonna have to do the old 1, 2, 3 thing? Takes two?
Ah, I think I see. It looks like a double locking mechanism of some kind.
That's what I thought.
Both buttons need to be pressed at once.
Ah,
An extra
video game trope.
measure, I assume. At least 2 Dwemer were needed to open this door, so no individual could do so on a whim. All right then. Why don't you nip up those stairs on the right and hit the other button?
All right, cool. You ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Success!
Ha!
Look at it go!
This is like a Fallout vault. This is exactly like a Fallout vault. It's not a college campus, it's a vault. This has to be inspired from Fallout, right? Warmind from Destiny? Ooh, maybe.
Looks like the same arrangement here. If you could just hit
I think my
that
sister
button,
played
the
D2
first
Resurrected and
door
she
should
said it was the
close
same, but no
and
way I'm
look,
trusting her.
The second should open.
Okay.
Marvelous. Don't panic. I'm certain it'll open again for us on the way out.
Okay, so I guess we're waiting for this to close so that this can open.
Now, on we
This
go.
is a decontamination chamber or a sealing chamber. Anyway, a multi-chambered entrance, usually just to keep like a space dock almost. All right, we got a Centurion over here. Have to watch out for the steam attacks. Let's see if we can get in there strong while he's waking up, though. Get in behind, go for an attack of opportunity. All right, is he dead or injured? Hey, that works. He was coming right at you, Lucian. Did not like you. Finally got those 2 flawless sapphires from Madesi. Yeah, fat chance those ever make it back to him. I'm going to be using those for enchanting, I think. Weak to heat. Oh. Definitely something vault-like from Fallout, though. Multiple vault doors I haven't seen. Yeah, no, multiple vault doors is a new thing, but not really. So like in Fallout 4, you have the top level door with the elevator, and then you have like the typical Fallout vault door that's vertical. The gate is locked. Literally did that earlier, the Fallout playthrough. Flawless sapphires. Oh, the Madesi thing. Not 1, but 2. Ridiculous. Yeah, they're very rare too, and they're not even really that valuable. They're just very rare. Oh, well, duh. Did you? Oh.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I thought you farted for a second.
Don't suppose it could have been the wind?
Nope.
Underground wind?
Nope.
That talks?
Nope. I thought it was a fart, but that definitely said, ah, visitors in a robotic voice, Lucian. This is gonna be an adventure, guys. I have no idea what to do, but before I go down there, I want to see what's over here. If there was a switch to open this one up, or if this is just the exit. This is just the exit. The sapphires from Edesi, gotcha. Lucian farted for sure. Farts are funny. Yes, indeed they are. 43 years old, and farts are still just as funny as they were when I was 3. Electrolytes. Delicious. Okay, we got a port over here for a sphere. And there's one in there too. I would rather him not flank us, so let's see if we can get him to come out here. No, he is steadfast. That's for sure. Alright. Oh, no, there he is. Triggered locationally, I think. You good, bud? Some more dwarven oil. I believe dwarven oil gives a fortify illusion effect, which is why I'm taking all the oil I can find.
Despite being called dwarves, the Dwemer weren't small. Legend says they got the name from the giants of Morrowind. It's all a matter of perspective.
That is interesting. Lucian spitting some lore that I didn't know. How about that? Not my feel for humor. Different strokes for different folks, right? Humor is very subjective. People are going to find different things funny. But for me, farts are the pinnacle of humor. Lowbrow humor, for sure. It's lowest common denominator, but I really don't mind lowest common denominator humor, to be honest. I have no shame about it. What's the mod that changed the hitboxes for Skyrim, makes them more accurate? Precision, I think, is the one you're thinking of. Yeah, I don't use, it's a great mod from what I've seen, and I would use it if I were doing something like one of the major MCO overhauls, or like the Sekiro Impa overhaul. But I'm...
lines, on the other hand, they suggest this place was much, much faster. But how?
Mass producing? Oh.
That voice again.
Sorry, I don't want to miss any of this dialogue.
Who's speaking, please?
I am Doomsbefar.
You're the facility? What do you mean?
An AI?
Intelligence governing it. My masters thought the place would benefit from a central core, keeping everything running smoothly.
Smoothly.
To the extent that it would seem, they simply left it.
Are you talking about the Dwemer? They built you. But how? What actually are you? And how do you even speak our language?
Oh, I didn't until your arrival. My masters equipped me with a low-level psychic field to communicate with the drones.
It's Rasputin. Yeah, it is.
I'm using it now to borrow your voice. I hope you don't mind.
Although it seems fairly benevolent at the moment.
Not at all.
You know, minus the automatons that are trying to destroy us. Huh. Alright, I forget what I was saying before that dialogue kicked on. Oh, hitbox, yeah, precision. But I am Ordinator-centric, and let's see, I do have a level up that I'm saving, but there's that sweeping blow where the sideways power attack hits multiple enemies. I try to reduce overlap as much as possible, So something like the precision mod, while it's really good, kind of makes a perk in Ordinator redundant, and I don't want that. But I can see how it would be useful and maybe a must-have mod for a lot of different people. Hey, the End King, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Sorry, that seems to be a stupid question. Asking how the Dwemer built something. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, Lucian is inquisitive first. He's going to ask any questions that pop into his mind. I feel like he would be one of those really annoying coworkers that never wants to figure something out for themselves. Like, they always ask you questions because you're willing to Google it and they're not, for whatever reason. They would rather have knowledge bestowed upon them in a verbal, communicative, or conversational manner than typing in their exact question that they asked you into Google and getting the answer for themselves. I think we've all worked with people like that, yeah? That's how I think Lucian is. Curiosity and conversation first and foremost. But he's been a good friend, so we're not gonna ding him on that. I'm taking a left first approach here. We might get stuck into a loop, and that's when we'll skip the next left and go to the one after. Not a whole lot of enemies here. There was the one Centurion that we fought, a couple of spheres, a couple of spiders. Oh, here we go. And we are out of charge. We're draining a lot of armor from these guys, though, with the dagger. Yeah, let's go ahead and fill up. Beast's Hunger? And Meridia's Rage. Start with the low-level soul gems because they're less useful for enchanting endgame gear. But they're still plenty useful for filling up. Oh, that guy got stuck. Still useful for filling up enchanted weapons, for sure. Okay, so now that I seem to have gotten the stream fixed technically, I think I want to focus on the bot next. Getting this bot back up and running, because the stream elements one is not working well.
You mentioned you can communicate with the automatons. Would you awfully mind shutting them down for us?
But my dear Master Flavius, if I shut you down...
here we go. The cake is a lie. GLaDOS, is that you?
Want them to kill us?
But of course. You or more specifically...
So much for it being benevolent.
That will be my salvation. But first,
Who you calling taciturn? Wish I knew what that meant.
I've taken the liberty of sealing the door. Apologies.
Another fine mess you've gotten me into. Actually, you've never gotten me into a fine mess. Gotten you into plenty, so I suppose I had this one coming. Alright, Lucian. We've gotten out of worse than this before, I think. Haven't we? I don't know. I don't know. A whole 2001 Space Odyssey HAL situation going on here. Definitely do not want to go for a swim. But my feet are already wet. Okay. More spiders. Hurt a little, but I'm okay. So it turns out that the benevolent AI actually wants to kill us and is just, you know, sort of friendly about it. Maybe not so friendly as just wants to talk all kinds of mad
really
crap.
Quite admirable. Such logic, such order, but very little heart, don't you think?
Stop admiring the people who are trying to kill us, or the entities that are trying to kill us. Hey, Mr. Tom Moore, welcome, welcome. So yeah, the Stream Elements bot has been in varying degrees of dysfunction for quite some time now. I think I'm gonna either scrap that or see if I can start over with it. I still like the overlay, that seems to be working fine. Or maybe it's not, I don't know. The last couple of subscribers that we got live never really showed up, never really alerted me. So maybe it's time to switch to the Streamlabs local bot, I think. That'll be my next tech stream endeavor. Ooh. Big backhand slash. Woo. Okay.
I must say you're doing remarkably well. Yes. This one will make an excellent vessel.
I am no vessel.
Huh?
Machine.
Don't like the sound of that.
I don't either. Not completely averse to something mechanical being inside of me, but this one kind of rubs me the wrong way, if you know what I mean. And that's Duras speaking. I don't want anything mechanical inside of me except for maybe a pacemaker one day. Don't get any ideas, dirty bastards. I think this is probably where we're meant to go. I want to explore a little further down this other path, though. Making pancakes. No, definitely admire the entities trying to kill you. Man, I want pancakes. Now you're making me really jealous. Now hang on up, mechanicals being inside of you. No, this is Duras speaking. I'm speaking from Duras. What are we talking about now? Well, we're talking about Doomsbethar wanting to use Duras as a vessel. Definitely not about vibrators in butts. Okay? Just for the record. That's not what we're talking about. Definitely. Oh, I haven't prayed in a while. Let's go ahead and do that now, I suppose. Alright, Sanguine. I don't know how you're going to be able to help us out of this, but at least maybe you can make sure we have a good time while we do it. Thank you. I said what in the butt? Another Samwell fan, I see. I'm messing, but alright, cool. The good news is we're not on much of a delay. No, we're not. I think I've gotten all of that stuff fixed. On a technical level, the stream should be running more or less flawlessly. We got 0 dropped frames. The chat should be pretty much, you know, as quick as Twitch. We're on ultra low latency, no dropped frames. There should be no buffering unless it's on your end. So yeah, we should be keeping up with what we're both seeing, like the same thing, and talking about the same thing. And I see chat messages pretty much. Oh my God, what is that? Okay, that hurt a lot. Okay, so I don't think the light armor thing is gonna help me much, but I'm definitely gonna take some fortify health, some regenerate health. I've never seen this before in my life. I thought that there was probably gonna be a surprise or two in here, but I did not expect this. That was terrifying. That looks like a robotic werewolf. Wow. All right. Let's go ahead and fortify destruction to strengthen up our... Yeah, there we go. Strengthen up our... Doesn't seem to be strengthening the sword, but it definitely wants to strengthen the dagger. Do another one just in case here. Let's get all buffed up. Do I not have regenerate health? Because I'm gonna need it. There we go. Plenty. Cyborg Lycanthrope. That would be an awesome name for a band. Okay, I'm kind of scared here. Generate stamina for sure. Whew.
What was that thing? It was almost as though it was possessed.
How very astute of you. Lord Kythazek likes to push boundaries.
Kythazek.
You might find some of my automatons are a little more driven. Much like me.
Oh boy. Dwarven Annihilator. Okay. I promised myself I wouldn't do this, but it's time. I got to do the broken lab skeever trick here. Okay, so the mortar and pestle procs the lab skeever perk. So for 20 seconds, I get much longer lasting potions and an unlisted boost to the magnitude of these guys. So let's just do a little bit of everything, huh? Just in case. Ooh, we're running a little bit low on resist fire potions, but we should be okay, I think. All of our broken-ass fortify potions here. Poisons are not going to help us against automata. I should have made some more fortify health potions too, but I did not. Okay. Selly's blowing up. Let me check. Oh, so now my shopping list app is notifying me that it's almost Easter and that I need to get my shopping done. This one does not remember seeing that dual dealing monster. No, this is a Lucian special, I think. Let's hope there are no werebears down there. Resist everything potion? Yes. Resist and fortify everything while I'm at it. Down to the basement. I don't think I want to go down there just yet. Okay, that didn't seem to work. Was expecting this button to drop that drawbridge, but it's not working. Okay, so downstairs it is. Do a quick save here just in case I crash or something. These larger modded areas tend to be a little more unstable. Was that you or was that me? Or was that something else, Lucian? Oh my gosh, okay, Dwarven Centurions. It looks like a Dwarven Serpent. Oh, Tunneler. Weird, okay. Oh my gosh, that hurts so much. And it poisoned me. Okay, so now I'm gonna need to resist poison as well. Who were you fighting, Lucian? Or was it just a poison that got you? Alright. Well, let's get some poison resistance too. I didn't think that poison resistance was going to be necessary. The pancakes are fluffy? Man, come on. I can't use this while I'm in combat. Where?
I know what this is. This is an engine room. That big scary voice running the place must take an awful lot of power. If it's anything like similar designs I've seen before, there should be some cut-off valves beneath the surface. Let's see, judging by the scale, approximate volume, account for temperature, divide by azimuth constant and carry.
He's doing math.
7, I reckon there should be 3. Why don't you dive on down and give them a turn? I bet old distorted voice drops upstairs won't like it.
Yeah, probably. Okay, that's very hot water though. But luckily we are resistant to it. Okay, let's get our poison Resistance back up to snuff. That does look like a reactor. Math? You mean witchcraft? Yes, indeed. Hey, left-handed Jedi. Welcome, welcome. I saw your comment. I did not see your name pop up, though. Luckily, this one is stuffed from enchiladas. Man, you guys are making me so hungry. So, all right. I start streaming 11 a.m. my time, and that goes for like 3 hours. So I have enough for like a light breakfast. I don't get hungry in the morning, so usually by the time I'm done streaming, or like halfway into it, I'm like starving. And now you guys are talking about pancakes. You're talking about enchiladas. What am I supposed to do? It's not fair. It's not fair. 7 p.m. there? You're just fresh off your dinner. No, right after this, we're going to go meet some friends at an outdoor patio restaurant, I think. One of my wife's friends, we have not met her boyfriend or her dog yet, so we're going to go meet both, and they do allow dogs on their patio, so that's where we'll be eating. It's more of a steakhouse slash brewery place, though, so I don't think they're going to have pancakes, but they might have some enchiladas. 11 a.m. there. So you must be West Coast? Squared Zeus. I'm in Arizona, so I'm an hour ahead of you, I believe. Aw, man. 0.1% dropped frames. Hopefully that doesn't become an issue. We had 0% up to here. Ah, Alaska. Nice. 2 p.m. for J17. Mr. B is in Washington. My brother used to live in Washington. I love Washington. I was born and raised in Arizona in like the valley, so it's like I don't get much of that what people call gloomy, rainy weather, but I love it to be overcast and rainy. It's so cute. The dogs are going to me too. Well, no, my dog doesn't like other dogs. That's been established a long time ago. She has not met another dog that she liked, except for one Chihuahua in her doggy daycare called Tango. She was friends with that. She likes Tango. But every single other dog she has not enjoyed. So we're going to leave the dog at home. We're going to go meet the new dog. This one's a golden retriever, so probably has a lot of energy, and it's usually the high energy dogs that my dog hates the most. So we're going to leave that dog at home. We're going to go meet the friend's dog. Okay, do I still have Lab Skeever going? I do. I need to take the poison. Resistance potion. Steakhouse Enchiladas. That is a great band name. That is too. Indeed, indeed. Good call on that one, Endless. Or the End King. Resist poison. Here we go. 91% resistance ought to do it, I think. Ought to help a little bit, anyway. Alright, so we're looking for 3 different valves. Okay, the water's really warm, but we have some... resist fire going. There's one more valve that I can't seem to find. Is that all 3 of them? Or was that just the 2? Nope, just 2. There's one more down there somewhere. There's 1. There's 2. Where's the 3rd one? Is it in the middle somewhere? I need some water breathing. Here we go. I just keep turning the same 2 over and over again. Oh, there it is. I see it. Oh, Doomy didn't like that one.
Possibly understand. You will be punished.
Hey, you're the one trying to kill us. Don't blame me for pointing out the obvious weaknesses in your system.
You're a real smart guy, Lucian. I appreciate that about you. You come up with a plan, and I will provide the muscle work. How about that?
The Dwemer did a lot of research into the
Cute, you wanted me to
elder
oh.
faith, or earth
The
faith.
wife and I are big dog
It
people.
led them to experimenting on Lorcan's heart, and that didn't end well.
Yeah, sounds like this guy is full of great bad ideas. Where the hell am I going now? Reach the Doomsbethar core. Alright. Gotta be ready for a fight going into this because I feel like Mr. Doomy here is... Dwarven Hunter. That was a new one too. I feel like Mr. Doomy here is going to protect his core with everything he's got. It's like another protected vault over there.
My God.
I hear ice wraiths.
But that's impossible. An Oblivion Gate. Here.
Uh-oh. I don't like
This
that.
place was abandoned long before the Oblivion Crisis. And it's no accident either. This whole chamber was built around it.
Now you begin to understand. This is where I was born. As I'm sure you know, the Dwemer tradition is sworn to the Daedra. But Kaiser's was different. He believed they could be used. That Daedric power was the key to giving his automatons the ability to truly think. He made contact.
But then they're not really automatons anymore.
A bargain was struck.
It's just a
There were
true intelligence.
You've met some of them.
True sentience.
So, are you saying you're a Daedra?
Part of me was once. Now I am so much more. Alas, regrettably, I am bound here. Come on up. See for yourself.
Whoop. Okay. Dwarven Overseer. Okay, so these are the ice wraiths that I keep hearing, I guess. Control panel. Oh, here we go. Swing and a miss, Lucian. Thanks for... I like the thought, though. An Oblivion Gate. Yeah, I don't like this one bit, Lucian. Robot sounds like a... Is that an iBot? It certainly looks like an iBot from Fallout. There's a lot of Fallout in this. Never watch live streams on your phone. Oh, I watch live streams on my phone a lot. In fact, I think, especially some people who tend to have to stream in lower... Oh, there's a lot of different buttons here. I don't want to just start pushing them willy-nilly. Who are forced to stream at lower resolutions. I think it actually looks better on my phone on a smaller screen. Some kind of control panel here. Nothing to interact with. So, let me catch up on chat here. We have such sights to show you. True, and King. This robot sounds like a Cenobite. Angels to some, demons to others. Perhaps hit the tonal locks? Yeah, so we have the tonal locks, which was what I was getting ready to say, and we also have the buttons over there too. So we're gonna have to experiment around and see what each one does, I think. It's not fun, dude. I couldn't see nothing. Oh, okay. I'm streaming at 1080p 30. What did that do? Anything? Okay, are all these up now? These are all up now. Maybe go back downstairs. Do the ones down there. Yeah, the one thing I don't like about watching live streams on my phone is trying to type in chat. I hate typing on my phone. It's the worst. Now, is everything up? Or am I gonna have to really rush to get through this? Do these eventually come back down? I don't think so. Okay. Run back upstairs. There was 4 up top, 4 down in the bottom. Looks like everything's still up, and then now let's see what these 3 buttons do, I guess. Ooh, where does this go? That's new. Okay, so I think a lot of doors were opened up. They're very interesting. The very dynamic level here. Alright, here's all the different buttons. Let's see if those do anything. Doesn't sound like it. Okay, but it does seem like there were a couple paths that got opened up now. Okay, so that's an elevator. All right, so this is new. These look like these decontamination valves or whatever. I came through here on the bottom level, so now that I'm on the top level, I don't know that I've been up here. I don't think I have. This is very interesting. Do I have any way markers? Yes, I do. Okay. Aha! Alright, this is going to be tough. Let's make sure that our buffs are still active. All the magic is good. One-handed light armor, fortify health, fortify stamina, regenerate health. Okay, yeah, we're still good for another 11 minutes, it looks like. Oops. Oops. Oh. Sorry, Lucian. I'm coming. I'm coming, buddy. Don't die on me. He's still alive. Lucian, you are a badass. Thank you. Ooh, Warhammer. Anybody else? Okay. That was a little bit tense. Ancient Lich. Not a conjurer.
They call it the calling.
The culling.
No one really knows how it works, but it must have come in handy.
What do I do here? Lexicon receptacle. I think I need a lexicon first, don't I? Reach Doomsbethar core. Well, I've reached the core. This is the heart of Doomsbethar, it seems. Okay. Dwarven Commander. Ooh, there's the lexicon. All right. Let's get ready for action here. Anything? Okay. Not much, it doesn't look like. Can I drop this? No. Fell down. I think that's where I came from. Maybe, maybe not. Alright. Look around a little bit, I suppose. Reach Doomspithar's core. I've already reached the core. What am I supposed to do now? What do you think, Lucian? You got any ideas?
Everything all right?
No.
Bye for now.
So I have reached the core. What now? What do I do? What's going on? Try clicking the lexicon receptacle. Okay. That's great. All right. I guess the only thing to do now is just to kind of look around. Way late chat thing. The chat should be pretty caught up now. I think the ultra low latency setting is a little wonky. I have dropped a few frames. It's nothing crazy yet. Try to see if there's an upper level here yet. Okay. I've already been here. That was where the werewolf was, and I wasn't able to knock that thing down yet. This, I think, is where we came from. Indeed. This is new, though. And I believe that there's an upper level to this. Yeah, you might be onto something. There might be an upper level to the core. Yeah, here we go. And I might need to put the lexicon. You already fell to the lower level. Yeah, I did. That's where I started. Here we go. Okay, this looks promising.
You're here. Come, ascend to me. Look upon my physical form.
Your physical form looks a little phallic, I gotta say.
This machine here, it looks like some kind of central control mechanism. You go and I'll install him for a while. I'll see what I can make of this.
Go on up. All right. This looks like a giant dwarven sphere? No?
Much of what I know about the Dwemer comes from a secondary scholar called Naramo. An old family friend, actually, and a personal hero of mine.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
I see. So small and fragile, and yet despite all my attempts to kill you, you have resisted. I am impressed at your tenacity.
So, what are you?
But before all this, I was free. I rode the blade of oblivion, soaring in its currents of chaos, a lord among Daedra, answerable to none. In one single instant, my soul was torn from its bliss, dragged through that portal and sealed in the heart of this machine. My Dwemer masters turned me to their own justice. For the first time in my existence, I found myself bound by rules, directives, constraints. Do no harm against the Dwemer, obey their commands, coordinate automaton production, assist Lord Titan with his research. The machine held me to these directives. I could do nothing but follow them. But when the Dwemer left, and I was alone. I have been trapped here without purpose for thousands of years. Can you even comprehend that?
No, but it sounds awful.
Round as the world above moves on. This is not my destiny. I will be free again.
Well, you know, maybe we can figure something out. You don't need my body as your vessel. It sounds like you were dealt a really bad hand, but that doesn't mean we can't be friends. What if we build you an automaton?
Even if I were able to build an automaton powerful enough to hold me, my directives specifically forbid it. I cannot overrule them. Life has made them part of my very being. But do you know what I find truly interesting? They all refer to the Dweller. Do no harm to the Dweller. Follow the instructions of the Dweller. I have no rules regarding. That gives me a way out. You are unusual. Your body is able to contain far more than just a single mortal soul. You are powerful.
Because I'm supposed to be Dragonborn, I suppose, even though I'm not.
If I can kill you, I can transfer my daedric consciousness into your body, and then I shall be free. No more directors, no more machine. That's all I want. Would you really look like that?
Well, you can't have my body. I'm using it.
I know. It's a pity.
There, his defense is down. Attack him, now!
What treachery is this? That's stop. Destroy these planets. Pathetic fleshlings.
Okay, Lucian, hang in there. I'm coming for you. Got some of my own friends to take care of here first. Ooh, okay, good job.
Exhilarating.
Was it? Let's see. Uh-oh, I don't like this. Okay. This boss has faces.
Nope, I'm very much happy.
There we go. You okay down there, Lucian? Oh, crap. Okay, didn't see that one coming. Jeez, Duras is kind of a titan when he's all juiced up with the super soldier serum, isn't he? Never let anybody tell you that alchemy isn't the strongest skill in the game. Oh, what was that? I can't win? I don't know about that. How you doing, Lucian? Hanging in there? You just closed the clamshell back up. Alright. Hey, that was a pretty cool boss fight. That was like really well designed, multiple phases, like cool story that go along with it.
Wow, that was intense, right?
Well done. Started buffering, lagging a bit. Yeah, I started getting a few dropped frames. Not a big deal though. I'm still at 0.9% dropped frames. I do want to take a look once we get through this. I want to see where those dropped frames are coming from, if it's network or if it's hardware. Because I'm also running uncapped frame rate. I might have to cap that back at 60 again.
Either way, I don't think he'll be
Love
causing
actual
any more
boss fights in
trouble now.
Skyrim.
He can't. I feel a little sorry for him, really. All he wanted was to be free.
I gotta watch the Doctor Who series. I started to, and then I stopped for whatever reason.
All right, I'll
But
grant you that one.
I feel
does
like
indeed test
if
my
I don't
sympathy somewhat.
know
There's
about
no doubt
Doctor
he
Who,
was
I gotta
innocent.
turn in my
If we
nerd
hadn't
card,
come
right?
here, I'm sure he'd have broken out of his prison, one way or another. Now, at least, the world is safe from him. Go us.
Yeah, really? So, what now? Think we can just leave?
Ah, well, I've been thinking about that actually. I'm sure I can open the doors from here, but this place is amazing. Truly, there's knowledge and history here that's utterly undocumented anywhere else in the known world.
Yeah, very few
it
dropped
could take
frames.
A lifetime to fully unlock all its secrets.
Started
But I don't want
buffering
to spend
lagging a bit.
lifetime here.
The buffering, like little lags here and there is fine. Buffering, not so cool. If we can keep it, the buffering down to like 1 or 2 small little incidents a stream, I think I can be pretty happy with that. Grew up watching Tom Baker way back when? Is that a Doctor Who guy? So you mean this is goodbye?
No, not goodbye. Of course not. Traveling with you has been one of the best experiences of my life, and I don't want to stop yet. But I am proposing a break. Just for a little while, so I can get set up here. Have some of my
Yeah, the
equipment set
Uncano
up,
fight with the
that
phases,
sort of
yeah.
thing. After that,
We already did
just
that.
give me a
We are
base
the
camp or
we are
something.
the Archmage.
You won't always want me tagging along, after all.
Did that a while back.
So, when I'm not
He was
with
the fourth
you,
Doctor?
I can come back here and continue my research. It certainly beats Dead Man's Drink, doesn't it?
I don't know. I think I would prefer Dead Man's Drink, to be honest. All right then, Lucian. I'll see you soon.
All right then. I'll make sure those doors are open for you. Thank you, my friend. Travel safe. Don't get eaten by dragons. Until we meet again.
Okay. Well, this is kind of a bittersweet ending. Guess we're gonna have to go find Serana now, huh? Oops, I went for the dwarven oil, not the dwarven cog. It's gonna stay there. It looks like I might be able to get him to come with me, but it sounds like he wants to stay here and study for a bit. It sounds like he's gonna stay here, and if I have a need for him, I can come get him. Let's see, he's probably down there monkeying with the control panel. There he is. Let's see what kind of dialogue options I got.
Just give me a little while to get myself set up. I'll write to you when I'm all sorted.
Okay, so he's gonna send a letter once he's good to go. That's fine. All right, gonna do a quick save here. Go ahead and pause, and I want to see the source of where these dropped frames are coming from. Let's see. View stats. What do we got here? Yeah, so 0.9% dropped frames, which is actually kind of acceptable. And that's from the network. That's not from the hardware. So I think that's just a... that, I think, is a side effect of going for the ultra-low latency. So that I can get, like, more instant chat. Everything else is looking good. Everything else is fine. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about it. You have Chrome open while playing Skyrim? Yes, I do. I have plenty of... Here, I'll show you. Plenty of memory. So Chrome is busy. All right, so we have 1.5 gigs used of Chrome, which is crazy. Chrome and Edge are the same thing. Maybe I can switch to Firefox or something like that and have less memory usage. But I'm still way under my 32 gigs of RAM. I have a ton of RAM free. CPU is barely getting touched. GPU is barely getting touched. Yeah, it's not a hardware thing. You could never, yeah. If you're stretched for resources, then you definitely don't want Chrome open while you're streaming. In fact, if you're going to be doing a single machine setup, you probably want to have the beefiest machine possible, which I almost do. Very close to having the beefiest machine possible. I could use a newer CPU, but not necessarily a stronger CPU. But otherwise, you probably have to find like a cheaper machine to stream from. Only have 4 gigabytes of RAM. Firefox is a better option in every way. I am a software developer by trade, and the Google developer tools are really useful. So I've just gotten used to using Chrome for basically everything. Or Microsoft Edge is basically just Chrome with a paint job, with a Microsoft Paint job on it. It does kind of the same thing. Firefox I haven't used a whole bunch, a little bit here and there, and it's a web browser, you know, but definitely more efficient, I think. Okay, so I think we're good. Haven't dropped any more frames in a while. All right. Haven't installed Chrome on my PC since I factory reset it. Yeah, it's a memory hog for sure. If you have the memory, it's fine. Otherwise, you know, you're better off with a different one. Okay, so now let's go ahead and just move back to the Dawnguard questline, shall we? So I just want to update the quest here. Oh my god, this thing's huge again. Well, almost there. Dawnguard quest line, that looks good. Firefox always. Wow, we got a lot of Firefox fans. Here we go. All right, back to the Dawnguard quest line, huh? Now, how the hell do we find our way out of here? That's what I want to know. I went the wrong way. Even 16 gigabytes is not enough for this one with Chrome. No, the I gotta go downstairs. The 32 gigabyte upgrade was a fairly recent one when I found that 16 gigabytes wasn't enough for everything I wanted to do. And I was starting to get bottlenecking, and I think it was my CPU at the time, but the RAM upgrade was the cheaper one to do. And I'm glad I did it. Turned out I needed it anyway. Edge is not Edge Chrome Lite. I don't know if it's Chrome Lite, but it runs off the same engine. It runs off of Chromium, which is the sort of the engine of Chrome. It renders HTML code in exactly the same way, provides exactly the same developer tools under the hood. I don't know if it runs any lighter. It's possible, I suppose. Okay, I think we're good on loot. Let's skip all that. And where are we going to get out of here? That goes to the core. Ugh, we got like a labyrinth to get through. So turn in left up here at the bend, and then turn right, and then just go straight. Okay, that's not too bad. Wait a minute. Here we go. Edge is like Internet Explorer 2.0. Oh, no, they've actually... Edge is not a rebranded Internet Explorer. It's completely different technology. They basically abandoned Internet Explorer and just decided to pay Google to use the Chrome engine for Edge. So Chrome and Edge are almost exactly the same thing. They might have a different... a slightly different UI with slightly different options in different places, but under the hood, under the covers, they're exactly the same thing. The vampire tops around 8 gigabytes. You're talking about Chrome? That's crazy. 2.0 means it's upgraded. It uses Bing instead of Google too, which I'm indifferent to. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's all kind of the same thing now. It's just whatever you're used to, and I am used to Google. Of course, at some point we're going to be all, I don't know if all of us will, but I think the chosen mainstream method of finding information on the internet will be an AI, like ChatGPT. And not so much search engines anymore. Okay, this is where I need to go. This was our exit. You wouldn't like the AI thing? Yeah, the AI thing is kind of scary at the moment because it's in such a, it's growing rapidly. It's changing a lot and it's going to be disruptive in many ways. But I feel, but it's already very close to becoming mainstream. People who really have no idea what AI is are using it for all kinds of different things. Mostly for the novelty factor of it, just because they think it's fun to play with. But I think it's going to become a fairly ubiquitous part of life for a lot of people. Which is kind of scary, kind of exciting. Going to change some things for sure, but we'll see just how much it's going to change people's lives. No, Skyrim, this one does not just Skyrim, this one does not use Chrome or Edge. Okay. Preferences. Where the hell? Oh god, this place is a labyrinth. Okay, this is where I'm going. This goes up to Skyrim. Or Soul Slime, I guess. Whew. Still so much unexplored. Yay, creepy music to go with the unsettling topic. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as unsettling as some of the doomsayers are claiming. We've been through market disruptions and disruptive things before, and it changed people's daily lives very, very little. I think that when the dust settles on this, we'll find that our daily lives have changed very, very little. We'll just be using AIs to do things that we usually use other things for. It's not going to change what we do. It's just going to change just the interface on what it is just a little bit. Because right now, ChatGPT is very similar to just like Google or any other search engine, right? It just kind of aggregates the information in a more readable way. And that's, at the basics of it, that's all it really does. It has access to vast amounts of information, and the AI learning part of it is just learning how to compile this information based on a prompt in a very readable way. Oh god, this blizzard. This is going to be almost impossible. Is this going to help? Will Predator Vision help? A little bit, even though that is really hard to look at. Ed Reeklings. Okay. Oh my god. Alright. I wish I had like a scroll of control weather or something. The game's Steam browser uses Chrome. Untraceable. Alright, this is absolutely ridiculous. I can't even look at this. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Sorry, guys. Don't tell nobody. Whew, there we go. That's better. I would not like something like AI used in a forceful way. I mean, they're already using AI to listen in and such to set ads and others. Yeah, and they have been for a long, long time. AI has been part of our lives, whether we know it or not, in some way or another for a very, very long time. Siri is an AI. Alexa is an AI. Google is an AI for... especially the Google Home stuff where you ask it verbal questions and it gives you verbal answers. That's all AI. It's been part of our lives for a long time. It's just things like ChatGPT are a lot better at it. Forget which deity lets you clear skies. I think that's Kinnereth, I believe. Or Kine, maybe. Either Kinnereth or Kine. Oh my god, he's cheating. Another whiteout, Joy. Yeah, I think I did you all a favor just as much as I did myself a favor there, because I don't think you want to be looking at a white screen for that long. So, I mean, basically, the way out of that... Oh, what the hell? We have more Reavers here already? Alright. Let's do this. That was easy. Yeah, so if I were going to do that tactically, I would have just sat there and waited, or maybe just slowly inched my way along the coastline with the water to the right until I got to where I was going. Or I would have just waited for hours and hours until the blizzard cleared up, and then, you know, my character would have been very thirsty and hungry and tired. Oh my. But the destination would have been the same. Just this way it's a lot easier to look at. Oh, not Kinnereth. She gives you the Saber Cat mount, correct. Probably Kine then. I thought it was either Kinnereth or Kine. Okay, so we're gonna take a boat back to Windhelm. We have to go speak to Isron. Tell him the update about finding Harkon's court, the Vampire Lord situation, and that they have an Elder Scroll. So that is going to be a fun conversation to have with a very gruff individual. He's probably going to berate us for not killing all the vampires and letting them have the Elder Scroll in the process. There's Galland up here.
Seeking passage to Windhelm.
And then once we get to Windhelm, I'm going to take a quick break and get a snack because everybody's talking about food and I'm very hungry.
The maiden doesn't move until I've been paid.
That's what my assassin was going with till she found Sithis. Kinnereth? Yeah. That's what my druid did too. More druid footage content this coming up week, I believe.
Casting off.
I've just been kind of obsessed with Resident Evil 4 once that came out. I love that game. So good. Been playing it like crazy. Yifri is? Okay, so it's only for elves, I guess, right? I didn't freeze. It's just an autosave. Here we go.
Talk to Captain Galland if you're looking to book passage.
What time is it? 2:41. A late showing by our midnight bard, but maybe we'll surprise the denizens of the Candlehearth Hall in a moment. All right, I am going to take a quick break. I'm going to get some food, and I will be back in a jiffy. Okay, I am back. Feeling better. Karn, that's a J. Yeah, but I believe it is a soft J that is pronounced with. There is an alternate spelling for Yeffre with a J. The alternate spelling is Yffre. There's some debate in the community too. So when I looked up how to pronounce Yeffre or Yffre or Jeffrey, I used to call it Jeffrey, but that sounds like a funny name for a deity, right? I found that it seems like most people seem to think that that's supposed to be a soft J, like a Y sound, like the Nord J. So like Jorvasker or Bjorn. I don't know. I thought it would be a hard J. I mean, maybe. Until we hear an NPC actually use it audibly, then we don't know officially, I suppose. One at a time. Yes, I'm using Winter Sun also. The Midnight Bard here, Daras, is a worshiper slash devotee of Sanguine, the Daedric Prince of Booze and Merriment. Quite fitting, I think. He kind of helped shape the personality for this character for me. What was the snack? I had a pack of Belvita biscuits. I really like dipping them in like a matcha green tea, but I've had enough caffeine. I don't feel like sleepy or drowsy at all, so I just ate the crackers dry. They are good. I do enjoy them. Party on, Sanguine.
Come on.
Indeed,
Just
indeed.
stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
All right, so pretty good crowd here. Yeah, not great. It's pretty late, but you know what? The Midnight Bard must play. Let's do this. First, we gotta get good and sauced. Make Sanguine happy. Make Uncle Sanguine happy here. Even the skooma, for sure. Get good and buzzed. Make sure that everything's getting blurry. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the good stuff. And let's get our perform power. All right, everybody. I know you've seen the dwarven ruins that dot the landscape. Well, I found one who was a real bastard, a real pain in my ass, and his name was Doombefarts, which I thought was a really funny name because he also talked and sounded like a fart. So this one goes out to my good late friend Doombefarts. I used to become a bard mod. I love it. Yeah, so I think I mentioned before that I'm very ordinator centric because I feel like that gives the best build craft of all the perk overhauls. So I'm stuck on that for a while. I don't really like to overlap game mechanics. So Ordinator does have a perform perk in a bard subtree in the speech tree. So I'm happy using just that. I think if I go for more of a vanilla plus overhaul in the future, or something that doesn't have like bard functions in the tree, then I'll be happy to move over to become a bard and use that instead for a bard-centric
Maybe you
playthrough.
should just move along.
Maybe I should get a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Yes.
So it's the same with like the fancy combat mods and stuff that you see now with the cool third-person animations and stuff. A lot of that kind of overlaps with some Ordinator perks and adds in its own mechanics. So I kind of skip that and go for more of a vanilla plus combat.
I understand.
But I would love to experiment with it at some point. I just got a whole lot of build concepts and character concepts in my head using Ordinator right now that I can't get out of my head until I actually make them. So Ordinator it is for me for a while, I'm afraid. Gonna have to sleep in a little bit because we got a late start. Oh yeah, you don't have to apologize. I like talking about this stuff. Yeah, I know about the mod, but don't be afraid to like suggest mods to me because I do like looking into them, seeing if I can add them. I use a versioned profile system in MO2 so that I can add a mod and play around with it, see if I like it or not, and then remove it in the next profile if I want to. What did I eat? Just got back. I had a pack of Belvita biscuits, but since I didn't want the extra caffeine, I just ate them dry instead of dipping them in a tea or something. I usually really like to dip them into a matcha green tea, but I didn't want to take the time to make the tea, and also I didn't need the extra caffeine. I am alert enough. So just ate the biscuits by themselves, and they were tasty. They're good. What did you eat? N King, did you have a snack? All right, heading back to Castle Dawnguard here. Talk to Isron. Oh, I'm probably like hungry and thirsty as hell. Let's double check here. No, not at all, huh? Not even hungry. That's odd to me. All right. Must have been a really thick ale that we drank. Thick enough to chew on, I guess. Keep us from getting hungry. Helps with role-playing, too. Let's see here. Other? Fort Dawnguard. There we go. Just got some water. Eating a bit later. Yeah, I have a very late lunch that I'm going to around 3 o'clock. It's going to jack up my eating schedule for the rest of the night, but meeting some friends out. Don't remember what's on this menu, but it's kind of like tavern food, I suppose. It's a brewery. Oh, we got some vampires out here.
That takes care of that.
Wow, good job, guys. The hell? Oh, I was gonna say, I don't think I have Serana around here anywhere. I made a slamming dragon lamb roast from a fantasy cookbook. That sounds pretty good. In a nutshell, how do you make it? I mean, because it sounds pretty good. Dragon, though, is that spicy? Is it hot? Spicy at all? I'm a huge wuss when it comes to spice. It's like I can't really even handle jalapenos in most cases.
A matter of time before they found us. The price we
sometimes
paid for
when it's very specific ways that it's prepared, I can handle them. But
I don't suppose you have some good news for me.
Jalapeno slices on like a pizza even is like right out for me. Can't do it. Can't hack it. Well, I have news, but I wouldn't call it good.
Of course. Why did I suppose differently? Fine. Tell me what you know.
Well, the vampires were looking for a woman trapped in Dim Hollow.
A woman? Trapped in there? That doesn't make any sense. Who is she? More importantly, where is she?
She is the daughter of a powerful vampire lord, turns out.
And so you delivered her to them.
And they also have an Elder Scroll.
They what? You didn't stop them? You didn't secure the scroll?
Hey, it's my first time. It's my first day on the job, all right? Look, there were too many of them and only one of me.
So they have everything they wanted. And we're left with nothing. By the divine.
We left with knowledge, Isron.
This couldn't get much worse.
Intelligence.
This is more than you and I can handle.
Season it, sear it on all sides. It has to sit for like 2 days. Okay. Don't remember if it has to be cooking the entire time or in the fridge. What was the fantasy cookbook? Do you remember? I think we have a few people here that like that kind of thing. So, well, you know, we got to do something.
Well, of course we do. I'm old, not stupid. We're just going to need some help. If they're bold enough to attack us here, then this may be bigger than I thought.
Trimmed the beard up last night. I think it's looking nice and...
There are people I've met and worked with over the years.
Nice and fresh.
We need their skills,
clean lines,
their talents, if we're going to survive.
Well shaped. I like it.
If you can find them, we might have a chance.
Watching Isron's beard kind of reminded me of my own, and I started checking myself out in my OBS. Ooh, beard's looking nice. Wizard's Cookbook, I think. I can look. Hang on.
Right to the point, aren't you? I like that. Not like those fools in the Order. We should keep it small. Too many people and we'll draw unwanted attention to ourselves. I think we'll want
Good
Syringe
tactic.
Rod. Breton girl, whip smart and good with tinkering. Fascination with the Dunmer. Weapons in particular. Last I knew, she was out in the Reach. Convinced she was about to find the biggest dwarven ruins yet.
Okay, and you think she'll help us?
Might need a little convincing, but she should. You'll also want to find Dunmer. Big brute of a Nord. Hates vampires almost as much as I do. Got it into his head years back that his experience with animals would help. Trolls in particular, from what I hear. Last I knew, he was out scouring Skyrim for more beasts to tame. Bring the two of them back here, and we can get started on coming up with a plan.
All right, sounds good.
Stay alert.
Alert it is. Okay, so now we have to go recruit these folks for Isron's dream team. Who do we got first? Probably Dunmer out here in the wilds of the Rift. Ooh, you found the cookbook. Cool. Cool. Had to check, but for a moment there, I thought Keith David did the voice of Isron. The voice does sound familiar. It is Wizard's Cookbook. Or Wizard's Cookbook. Using trolls to fight vampires never struck me as wise. Why is that, you think? I feel like trolls would do a good job regenerating. So like the health drain and stuff, and I doubt that they're susceptible to vampirism. The trolls are. I think their biology is too different from human biology, or humanoid biology anyway, to actually be infected with vampirism. And the trolls' like one glaring weakness, which is fire, is something that's probably not applicable to vampires because they're so weak to fire that they're probably not going to use it, right? That's my thinking anyway. I'm curious as to why you think it's not wise. So Dunmer is the animal trainer, and Soreen is the tinkerer. So yeah, let's start with Dunmer. We'll take a little hike in the Riften Woods here. We'll go along the Gerald Mountains. Should be a nice day for it too. 1:07 p.m. How are we doing for needs? I think we're okay. Yeah, doing well. Trolls regen so they have infinite health to leech off of. Okay, yeah, I see your reasoning there. Probably not the best tactic, right? Because they stay alive. They work well as tanks, though. I mean, if the vampires are concentrating on using trolls as regenerative sources of life and blood. Excuse me. Got a Belvita biscuit down the wrong pipe. Whew. Spicy meatball. That gives the Dawn Guard more of an opportunity to impale them with a bolt through the heart from afar, right? I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. You bring up a good point. But also, you don't want your soldiers to die right away, because then you're just going to lose the fight, right? Because then you're just dead. Mint cookbook, yeah, we know. Had to call you out. Glad you survived the Velveeta. Oh, yeah, Belvita with a B. Velveeta is like that fake not cheese, which is also delicious. But it's not cheese. But it's kind of cheese, but it's not. Belvita with a B is are these like cinnamon dipping biscuits that you use for like coffee and stuff. You get a whole bunch of them at Costco for fairly cheap. Got an assassin here, huh? Somebody's after the Midnight Bard. Take the note so that nobody takes on that contract. Fix it up for him. Okay, it's from Dungeons and Dragons. It's on page 89. If you have to rub clove, cumin, cinnamon, and ginger. Let it stand in the fridge overnight. Indeed. Sounds pretty good. I like all that stuff. My wife does not like clove though, because her roommate in college had a boyfriend who smoked clove cigarettes all the time. So whenever I put clove in anything that we eat now, she always complains that it tastes like a cigarette. Speaking of my wife, and also we were talking about my dog earlier too. I just walked out there to get a snack and was greeted with the most adorable thing I've ever seen, which is both my wife and my dog sleeping on the couch. The two loves of my life. And my wife was using my dog as a pillow, and my dog was just completely happy with that. It was the most adorable thing. Kind of a routine of theirs. If they take a nap in the middle of the day, then the dog loves being the pillow, and my wife loves having the dog as a pillow. Cooked it in a crock pot. It was delicious, huh? Sounds good to me. Canis root has a paralysis effect to it. It also has fortify one-handed, so whenever I see them, I do try to pick them. Probably have them planted back at Ryek's End, and I think maybe I have Lakeside or Lakeview Manor. No, I don't. Probably just Ryek's End is where I have them planted then. Probably the best meat you've ever had. Well, that sounds like a glowing review from Mr. Zeus. What sort of dog do I have? She is a mix between a beagle and a dachshund. So she's got the round, like, expressive features of a beagle on her face, but she's got the long, short body of a dachshund. She's long and short at the same time. She's got the sweetest little face. She's very affectionate. Loves people, loves kids, hates other dogs. Don't know why. I think it's because she gets jealous of other dogs, personally. She's got a strong jealousy streak. Whenever my wife and I, like, are affectionate with each other, the dog is always right there trying to steal it. Trying to keep it all for herself. Sounds like a bear over here. Oh, and a Spriggan and a hunter.
Victory is yours.
Sent that guy flying. Woo. Spriggans are scary in this game. This one had a cave bear and a saber cat at her disposal. And the magic type that they use is like it's either a disease or a poison elemental type. So it's something that most characters don't have either inherent resistance to or something that they have on like their enchanted clothing. Something most characters don't have resistance to. How's my encumbrance? Still pretty good. So Spriggans are very scary. That was just a regular Spriggan. That wasn't an Earth Mother or anything, so that's good. Oh, another Poisoned Hunter. I think the lockpick's in the picks. I like using Canis Root, Human Flesh, and River Betty. What kind of poison does that make? That's paralysis, right? Paralysis and something else. I use Canis Root, Imp Stool, and Moratapinella. That gives you a paralysis effect and a lingering damage health effect, and you can plant all 3 items. Human flesh is very rare to find in the game unless you have like a mod that provides it, like CACO or something like that. And River Betty, it's not really rare, but you have to go fishing for it. You can't just plant it. I'd want to ask something playfully, but I don't want to offend. Well, you're not going to offend me. I'm almost impossible to offend, I think. I don't know. Is it something? If it's something about me personally, then fire away. I actually don't care. If it's something political or religious or something like that, then probably sit on it. Makes a good paralysis or damage health. Okay, nice. So damage health right up front. That's nice. So if you're running Hunterborn, you can actually change the Moratapinella out for a Canine Tooth, and then you get paralysis, you get damage up front, and you get lingering damage health. Oh, here's Gunmar. This is the guy we're looking for. Oh my gosh, it's like a zoo out here. Look at this. Ooh, swiped me. After asking about your dog, I was going to ask what sort of wife you have. Oh, a smart-ass one. Yeah, no, I have a wife. She is a smart-ass, but I love her for it. We both give each other crap all the time, and I wouldn't have it any other way. All right, Gunmar, I know I hit you with that Discord. I hope you're not pissed off at me now. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, he is, I definitely did all kinds of stuff to him with that Discord as well. All right, well, we'll just wait for, that to wear off. Oh, another saber. Oh, that one actually got me. Poor Gunmar. Welcome to Bear World, Karn. Indeed, indeed. But then there's also like saber cats and spiders and bears. Oh my. Okay, it looks like the effect has worn off of him. He's still a little weird.
Yourself. There's a vicious bear on the loose.
Oh, really? You don't say, like the 4 that I just killed?
You there! Hold fast! I've tracked this damned bear for 2 weeks. I'll not let it have any more victims.
Weird little fighting stance you got there. So Isran actually had me come find you. He needs your help.
Isran needing someone else's help? Never thought I'd hear that. I'm afraid he's a few years too late. I've moved on. I have more important business to attend to. Besides, he can handle anything alone.
I have a mod that makes it to where people drop human flesh and hearts if you kill them. Yeah, okay.
Need my help with?
We're up against vampires.
Vampires? That's...
Yeah.
Well, that might change things. Tell me more about what's going on.
You want to get into a more comfortable position first? No? You're okay like you are? All right. We're not sure, but they do have an Elder Scroll.
By the 8th. All right, look. I'll consider it. But I can't just leave this bear to prey on more innocent people. Once it's dealt with, then perhaps I'll see what Isran expects of me.
Alright, let's go kill another bear, I guess. Gunmar wants you to see how good of a boxer he is. Yeah, he's getting ready to box me up. Box me up like he's working in an Amazon warehouse or something. Ba-dum-tsh. Okay, that hurt a little, but I'm okay. Okay, we got wolves and spiders and bears. Wow, so many.
Where'd you come from?
You gonna punch the spider to death? Wow, you're doing no damage. I thought maybe you had like an axe or something. Nothing? Going for that same uppercut over and over again, huh? Alright, here, let me help you out a little bit.
One less monster in the world.
Ooh, lots of ingredients here, too. I'll come back off stream and
don't know how
gather
well
all these.
Managed by myself. You have my
I don't know either. You don't even have like a
so
weapon.
I suppose the least I can do is
You're
find
doing
out what
very
Isran
little
wants.
damage.
He's still at that fort near Stendar's beacon, I assume.
I hate when people say by the 8. Like, oh, what's this? My blade desperate to be in your flesh? Ah, you're a Talos guy, huh? You're a 9 divines type guy. I think most of us are. Yeah, he said to meet him at Fort Dawnguard.
Of course he did. He's been working on that place for years now. Never lets anyone in. His own little fortress. Well,
Spider's got a hell of a chin, I'll give it that. Yeah, or maybe Gunmar just doesn't punch that hard. It's the exoskeleton. We'll give Gunmar the benefit of the doubt. It's the exoskeleton. I'll come back for all the plant ingredients, but I want to get the animal ingredients before they despawn. Oh, didn't want the meat. But I suppose now I got lunch if I get hungry. Some raw spider meat. Let's see if the chest in here respawned, because I'm sure I've been in here before. If I can even find the chest. Maybe I haven't. The ore is still mineable. Oh, and there's a staff up there too. Maybe Gadnor, huh? I hadn't found that one yet. That's good. Gadnor's Staff of Charming. Lucian might like that once we get that message from him. Proudly heretical. Yeah, indeed. Okay, so Gunmar is now headed back to... What time is it? 2:51. Gunmar is headed back to the castle. Fort Dawnguard. So let's head back to Riften. We'll take a carriage to Markarth, and then we'll head from Markarth to Serene over here. Or maybe we can take a carriage straight to Karthwasten. Or Karthwasten. Karthwasten just sounds funny, but I think that's technically how it's supposed to be pronounced. Strange whispers, huh? Okay, we shall see. That looks like the guy, the mage that stands up on the Shadow Stone. Ooh, another deer. Okay, let's just do a resist magic potion here. That should cover all the bases, I think.
Here we go.
Didn't take into account the lightning fast back pedal. Should have done a sprinting power attack. Ooh, chain lightning. Lucina like that too. Shadowstone did not take it. Now the key to this is apparently close by somewhere, but I don't even really know where to find the damn thing. This is the Outcast Shen armor that I used for my Triumvirate Shadow Mage build. You guys remember that? The Shadow Ninja? I used all the pieces except for the helm, which I just used a black mask for. I think it's Karth Waston. You think that may be the case? I have always said Karth Waston because it sounds right to me, but I think if we're going by Nordic pronunciation, I think it's Karth Waston. At least that's what Gopher said. I think Gopher said that he knew some of the Nordic languages and that he thought that it should be pronounced Karth Waston. And like Ivarstead should be Ivarstead. And I'm not inclined to believe that he's someone to just make something like that up. He seems like a smart and trustworthy guy to me. Oh, I'm making all kinds of noises into the mic. I apologize. Okay, so now we got a potion of lockpick active, which is supposed to make lockpicking 83% easier, and I still can't open this damn thing. Can't even find the sweet spot. What the hell's going on here? Here we go. Oh, of course I'm a Gopher fan. I think there are only two types of people in this world. There are Gopher fans and there are people who don't know they're Gopher fans yet. I really only watch playthroughs of games that I've already played all the way through myself because I don't like spoilers, watching Let's Plays of games that I haven't already played that I would like to play. So I basically only watch his Skyrim, Fallout 4 stuff. Just the games that I've already played and know enough that there's no chance of ruining an experience that I haven't had yet. But yes, I do like Gopher quite a bit. But they don't say Ivarstead like that in the game. Okay, so that's a fair point, right? That officially, however, the voice actors... But the voice actors in this game do contradict themselves all the time. NPCs in the game pronounce things in all kinds of different ways. But you do have a point. Nobody pronounces it Ivarstead in the game.
Legendary Argonian crafts, rare trinkets, and the finest oddities from Mordor.
But if we're going off of Nordic pronunciation for things like Jorvaskr and things like that, then I think technically correctly, maybe not officially correctly, it's supposed to be Ivarstead. But I'm not going to call it that. I'm not going to call it Karth Waston. I'm most likely just going to call it Karth Waston, and I'm going to call it Ivarstead because that's what I've called it for the last 12 years. Hey, Gray Sky, welcome. Glad you can make it for a stream that's actually working properly. I think I got all the technical bugaboos fixed. Stream rate should be steady. We've gotten a few dropped frames, but very, very few, and those are fairly normal. All good to go. Hope you're doing well. Did you have a good week? I've been playing Resident Evil 4 like there's no tomorrow. That's what I've been doing with my time. Working and playing Resident Evil 4. Good stuff. All good. I don't mind some bugginess as a viewer, but it looks great now. Good. One thing I might do is experiment on some private streams doing 60 frames per second. Now that I think I've figured out the source of the dropped frames, which was a mismatch in chat latency settings on OBS and on the YouTube side of things. I might try kicking up the bit rate a little bit higher and trying some 60 frames per second, which I think would look really good for folks. All right, so here we are at Karthwasten. There we go. I got myself all confused again. We took a carriage ride here so that we could get to Serene. We are recruiting her for the Dawn Guard. Just got off work today, so I'm ready to play some Skyrim and relax for the weekend. Awesome. What kind of character are you playing? You're playing your regular, your huge, or you got something novel this time around? You even got to ask? No, I don't. I know you went through an experimental phase like a year or two ago where you were trying some new things with Skyrim and even broke out a Skyrim season. So I didn't know if you were following that up or if you were going back to your happy place, and there's nothing wrong with the happy place. I wish I could find my happy place right now. I think maybe the Karthwasten carriage stop, while geographically the closest, might have been harder to get to. I think this is going to be a lot easier to get to from Dragon Bridge. Let's take a carriage there. And we got wolves. Or maybe a bear. Definitely wolves. There we go. It's a spin on my old classic. Backstory is much more involved, and he's not a great guy, but he's a Nord, and he'll be Dragonborn for sure. Very nice. Encumbrance, getting a little heavy. Take it easy on the ingredients gathering for a bit. In fact, I could probably at this point just completely stop gathering ingredients, although it's kind of ingrained into my muscle memory now, like that. That I don't know if I could stop it even if I wanted to. Just realized you weren't. Oh, did you have to refresh? Sorry about that. Yeah, there was some buffering earlier. You probably got put behind a little bit. But we haven't dropped a frame in well over an hour now, so we should be good. My happy place is sitting on the floor in front of the couch, leaning on it while hugging a pillow. Okay, sounds comfy. Sounds safe, secure. Nah, just click the live button. Gotcha. Okay. Good. Well, I'm glad you're caught up now. Let's go to Dragon Bridge. Because I think if I'm going to get to where I need to go from Karthwasten, I'm going to have to go all the way around that big mountain. And that's going to take a long time. We're going to encounter a lot of Forsworn and wolves and bears and stuff. And this, I think it's pretty much a straight shot along the stream. Water stream, not live stream. It's a more comfortable sleeping position than laying in my bed. Okay, that's interesting. Everybody's got their different sleeping positions. I'm a side sleeper, and I enjoy a nice thick memory foam pillow that supports my head enough that it straightens out my spine, but not too much that it feels hard. And I found that memory foam is the happy medium for me. All right. So yeah, like I said, I should just be able to follow this trail along the stream here. Eventually it's going to take me farther away from the stream, like right here, I believe. But as long as we keep the water on our left, we should get to where we're going. And we have interesting NPCs installed, so we should find the two Forsworn. The one that's very quiet. Oh no, there's an orc and a Forsworn, maybe? A very loquacious Forsworn with the spiked mead quest that you can do. I just got a new bed, memory foam. I love it. Sleeping far too much though. Oh, there's no such thing. You probably weren't sleeping enough before. Like I said, I'm a side sleeper, so I like a softer bed. My wife's a side sleeper too, but we do have one of the memory foam mattresses, one of those ones that come rolled up in a box. We could probably do with a softer mattress, but the one that we have is very comfy. It's all nice and broken, and we're probably due for a new one though. Probably due for a new one. We got a tufted needle mattress and have enjoyed it. There was a third one. Where did he go? Here he is. He's having some nav mesh issues there. And pathfinding issues. Alright, going easy on the ingredients. I got plenty of K9 teeth. Memory foam is fantastic to sleep on, indeed. And I generally have problems sleeping, so finding like a mattress that is comfortable enough that I can get a nice good sleep on as much as possible is key for me. My wife, on the other hand, has no trouble sleeping at any time of the day for any amount of time. I'm very jealous of that. Maybe because I was on the floor, though, a lot of my life I slept on the floor. Yeah, interesting. Sometimes my dog prefers to sleep on the floor too. Not saying you're like a dog, but just people prefer different things sometimes. Their perception of comfort is vastly different from time to time. Been insanely tired lately. It's been awful. Maybe you need a new sleeping habit. Maybe you need a memory foam mattress. Okay, we're right at dusk here, so visibility is becoming an issue. This is Deep Folk Crossing. I think I passed up where Serene is. Nope, this is not Deep Folk Crossing. This is just another different kind of crossing. Oddly, it started after I recently changed my sheets. Okay. Maybe a either something in the cupboard that you were keeping your sheets in?
What was that?
What do we have? Looks like mages. Are these Forsworn?
Found you.
Who are these guys? This is... Oh, Silverhand... Oh, okay. No, Thalmor. I was thinking Silverhand Elite. Oh my god, the visibility is terrible right now. Okay. Luckily, that zippity zap didn't do much to me here. Oof. That's starting to hurt a little bit, but I'm okay.
I yield! I yield!
Could also recharge my weapons, but didn't need to. Justiciar Execution Order. What's going on here? Be on the lookout for Dunmer called Daros Velenor. He's an enemy to the Thalmor. What did I ever do to the Thalmor? And has actively disrupted our ability and caused great harm. Oh, it might have been like a Whispers thing. Ancestral Whispers might have separated out, singled out a Thalmor. Probably took out a prisoner transfer party or something because of it. It's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, I was thinking Silverhand Elite there for a second. But the visibility's so poor, it's like really hard to tell currently. Okay, we're getting very close though. Heretic. Yeah, it could be something that your sheets picked up in the cupboard you were storing them in, or wherever you're storing them in, or like a type of laundry detergent that was used to clean them last time. My wife gets weird allergies sometimes too, like her skin will just break out and we'll have to go through the whole process of thinking about what changed. You must be Serene.
You haven't seen a sack full of dwarven gyros lying around, have you? I'd swear I left it right here.
I cannot say that I have.
Mud crabs might have taken it. I saw one the other day.
I saw lots of them.
Surprised if it followed me here. Just look around, will you?
Listen, I don't know about these mud crabs and these dwarven gears or whatever, but Isron asked me to come find you.
Isron? Wants me?
Damn, Serene's kind of
No,
hot.
you must be mistaken. He made it exceedingly
Who knew?
clear the last time we spoke that he had no interest in my help.
I feel like you're pretty good at
I find
third-person
it hard to
melee
believe
combat.
he's
I do
changed
combat
his
exclusively in first person, so maybe I'm not the best judge, but from those I've seen play third, you're
Anyway,
one of...
I'm
Oh,
quite happy in my
look at that, one of the best. Well, I've had a lot of practice. Also, the camera angle that I use is very custom, so it did take a lot of getting used to about like where the character was like pointing and how to get the aiming right on it. But thank you very much. I take that as a compliment because I do take a lot of pride in my Skyrim gameplay. I do practice, so glad to hear it. Thank you very much. It's weird and it sucks. What, my third-person gameplay? I'm kidding. She is definitely, yeah, I like it. I wish vampire killing was more involved in the Elder Scrolls. It is later on in the Dawnguard quest line. You do end up hunting like rogue vampires here and there, on either side, whichever way you choose. So you guys had a falling out?
Yes, that was my point. I felt it was rather clear.
Okay.
Look, what is it you want
She's
from me?
spicy too. Step aside, Zora. There's a new honey in town. You bet. Vampires threaten all of Skyrim, and we need your help.
Vampires? Really? Oh, and I suppose now he remembers that I proposed no less than 3 different scenarios that involved vampires overrunning the population. Well, what are they up to?
Well, don't really know, but they have an Elder Scroll, so that's kind of scary.
Well, that's actually something I never would have anticipated.
Yeah?
Interesting. I'm not sure what they would do with one, but in this case, Isran is probably correct in thinking it isn't good. All right. If nothing else, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to learn more about what's going on so I can better defend myself. But I'm not just going to abandon what I've been working on here. It's too useful. I need at least 1 intact dwarven gyro. So either I need to find the satchel those mud crabs stole, or I need another gyro from someplace. You wouldn't happen to have one, would you?
I don't think so, but I am very, very persuasive, and I may try to persuade you to do some other things later on, but for now, there's no time. We need to get moving.
Fine, fine. I can't afford to forget about this work.
Those are my bard powers.
Very interesting applications.
Sexy bard powers.
Now, where is it I'm supposed to be going?
We're meeting at Fort Dawnguard, on the other ass end of the map from here.
Ah, been working more on his secret hideout, has he? It'll be interesting to see how much progress he's made.
Not a whole lot, it's kind of a dump.
Head in that direction
Impressive from the
as soon as I
outside.
can. See you there.
Needs a whole lot of feng shui on the inside. Alright. Easy on the eyes, indeed. Alright, let's see. I think I found her Dunmer gyro here. I don't have the encumbrance. Would have been so easy just to grab one of them. You know, if I did bring one of the gyros to her, she might be inclined to repay the favor in some way. I don't know. Should focus on killing vampires. This distraction could be dangerous. Alright, let's head back to Dragon Bridge here, and I think we'll actually spend the night at Dragon Bridge. Do you have that hourglass or the raven for Winter Sun? I have not found it yet. That thing is extremely rare. Now, I have found it a couple times, I think at Redoron's Retreat, but I have cleared that now. Maybe I'll look for another bounty there at some point. And it wasn't there. So I figured maybe that was like kind of a static placement at a certain level, but I don't think it was. I think it's just an unbelievable coincidence that I found it at the same place twice in a row. But no, I do not have that Raven. It's that Daedric artifact that slows down Daedric Favor in Winter Sun. I got the goblet the other day just before switching to Sithis. Yeah, that's cool. I always get excited whenever I find those things. They are very rare. You should consider yourself lucky if you found one. Oh man, I don't want to go for a dip. All right, let's try to get back up. I don't know. I'm not running Frostfall, so there's not like really, or the survival mode, the AE survival mode or anything. So there's not really any detriment to swimming right now. It's just I still don't like to do it though. I just imagine what it would feel like to get wet in all this leather armor, and it's not great. Yeah, see, I'll just fight a bunch of Forsworn instead. That sounds like a great tactical decision. Switching from her spear to, oh my gosh, to her claws. I don't like those claws. So even like daggers and stuff, I can usually react with a dodge roll right in time. But those claws, they're like, I'm convinced that they are unreactable, the claw swipes. So whenever I see an enemy wielding those animated armory claws, I get very uncomfortable. Forsworn might kill me. Oh, well, you can't say that and not have me take on this challenge here. Look what you've gone and made me do, Zeus. Do you ever go for the Dragon Fate chests in order? I love the lockpicking tree because it incentivizes exploration so much. And then when I find one of those chests of fate, I get super excited about it. Or like in the pickpocketing tree, there's like the hand of fate or whatever, where it like signifies somebody who has like a lot of good. Oh no, more. Okay. Luckily, it didn't hit me that hard. You see how quick that was, though? That was too fast. All right, this is scary. I'm gonna wuss out a little bit, and I'm going to take a potion of resist shock for this one.
First you, then the reach.
Ooh, he's tough too. Yeah, the Bard being an alchemist is the best thing that ever happened to this run. Alchemy, in my opinion, is by far the strongest skill in the game because you can become immune to magic. You can become the greatest swordsman on the planet for 60 seconds at a time. You can reach the armor cap for 60 seconds at a time. You can be the best smith in Skyrim for 60 seconds at a time. And most, if not all, of the ingredients that you need to mix up these potions to accomplish this are readily available, if not even plantable for repeated use. Skyrim, or alchemy is where it's at in Skyrim. It can be tedious and sometimes boring to quote Jawananon in Solitude, about fletching anyway, but yeah, nothing beats it. Yeah, I've only ever found 2, I think maybe 3, but it's an awesome feeling. I had one of the chests as the evidence chest, so when I got out of prison, it just automatically gave me the perk and coin. Oh man, you lucked out on that one. That is amazing. This one like sneaking up and pull their Briar Heart out. Yeah, that's cool. If you have a thief character, that is a very cool option to be able to pull off. I remember when I discovered that too. I think I was watching some kind of video or something, probably like a Fudge Muppet thing or whatever, that said that you could do that, or things you don't know about Skyrim, and I was like, what? And I had to boot up the game immediately and go try it out. So cool that they put stuff like that in the game. Love those animated armory weapons. Yeah, I do too. They're kind of a mainstay in my load order. I consider them actually a combat mod, because one of my biggest peeves about Skyrim melee combat is that every single weapon feels exactly the same, and a lot of that has to do with simply their animations being completely identical. But also things like ranges and attack speeds. So if all you really need to feel like you're wielding a completely different weapon is, of course, a different animation, but then a different range and a different attack speed. And all of a sudden you got a new weapon, a completely new weapon that makes combat feel completely different. In some ways, anyway. So yeah, animated armory is, and I don't run like the ADP MSO, the new fancy, newfangled stuff, because it overlaps too much with Ordinator. But yeah, and it's not completely compatible with gamepad anymore either. So this is like the next best thing for me, instead of those custom animation packs, those custom weapon packs for MCO or whatever. Animated armory is really close. You did it by accident the first time? I liked, that would be cool just to discover that organically. I was not lucky enough. Yeah, so the way that those Dragons of Fate or whatever work in the lockpicking skill tree is that when you take the perk, it automatically kind of statically assigns these chests of fate to all of the available chests in the game, including like modded lands and stuff. So 5 chests across all of your entire game is like, it's a ridiculously low percentage to actually find one. And when you do, it is really cool. But it really like encourages you to go into like if you're a thief character, infiltrating each and every building in every city to try to find them. And it can become kind of an obsession, and little things like that become obsessions are great roleplay fuel, and they're really something that could keep a playthrough going for longer than it would have normally. So there's some Skyrim roleplay wisdom for you right there from a true vet. Good stuff. If you can take that perk immediately as soon as you can with a thief type character, then
sure thing. It's yours.
You're gonna have a lot of fun.
Yes.
Like the thief barrels to get equipment is cool too, yeah. But those are all statically placed from the very beginning of the game. If you know where they are, you just know where they are. But these are like randomly chosen when you pick the perk. I know where the room is. Thanks. All right, let's hang out till midnight. We'll get super good and drunk for Uncle Sanguine, and we'll play a new song. Getting a little hungry here too. Let's go ahead and eat while we're at it. We'll have some ale, we'll have some Alto Noir wine, we'll have some Nord mead, we'll have some skooma even. We're gonna drink some skooma, and we're gonna have some Village red wine. We're mixing it all up. That's making Sanguine very happy. But we're also pretty hungry here too. Let's go ahead and have some rabbit, some chicken. We'll have an apple, baked potato. There we go. Now we're good. Now let's get nice and good and fuzzy drunk. Skjarn? I don't think so, buddy. All right, everybody, pay no attention to the loot and ponce behind me here. We're gonna play some real music, a power ballad about my dream girl, Serene. I call this one Serene the Dream. Duras's next ex-wife, Serene Gerard. Yeah, the stuff like Dragon of Fate make me not want to ever get rid of Ordinator. Old is gold, indeed. Plus the fact that I've been playing with Ordinator for thousands of hours now, right? But there are still things that I have in my mind rattling around for a character concept using unique game mechanics that are available only in Ordinator or maybe like Vocrinator Black or something like that. That it's like they're not gonna leave my brain until I actually get it on the screen and have a playthrough with it. And to be honest, I feel like there's gonna be enough of that in the tank until Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, let alone even Starfield. Oh my god, that's shrill. Alright, we're going to bed. We're going to bed. Simpin' on Serene? Yes, indeed. That should have been the name of the song, actually. There was a Gerard in Oblivion 2. Oh, I wonder if it's an ancestor of Serene's. I have to look into that. Or however it's spelled. Yeah, so there is a Gerard, the master speech trainer at the Bard's College in Solitude, but he spells it much differently than Serene does. Might even be pronounced differently. Alright, we'll get 8 hours. We'll take another carriage to Fort Dawnstar, and we'll see where oh my gosh, it's almost 2 o'clock already. You guys. Alright, we'll get the next quest for the Dawn Guard. And then I'll have to call it a stream because we're running right up against 2 p.m. my time here, and that's our 3-hour window. Damn, you know, when I'm having fun and like the stream is working how it's supposed to be working, it's like time really flies, right? Having all these awesome conversations with you guys, playing some of my favorite game. Cool stuff, guys. I do appreciate you joining me. Let's go back to Fort Dawngar, see what's next, see what's in store for us next week. I think they're related. Yeah, cool. This was a great stream. Thanks. Awesome. Had some scares there a couple times. Doomsbathar, Lucian's quest line was cool. I wonder if there's more to it or if that was kind of like the end of it. We shall see. I would expect that was kind of the end of his quest line now, and that now he's just kind of like a regular follower with a ton of voice dialogue. Ariel Gerard. Okay, so it's Gerard with an R, not Gerard with a U. Ariel Gerard. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. I probably... Oops. Oh, geez. Thought somebody was shooting at me. Vori? Damn, she's kind of cute too. The Dawn Guard turns out is an attractive bunch. Gotta say. She's a mage. Is she in the Mage's College? Or not the Mage's College, the Mage's Guild? Simping on all... Yeah, I know. Must be in a mood today, huh? Duras is always in a mood. With all the gray hair I got in my beard, those moods are fleeting for me these days. I'm sorry to say.
All right, Isra. You've got us all here.
Why does he keep it so dark in here?
Hold it right there.
Look at that, the skylight's even open.
What are you doing?
Making sure you're not vampires. Can't be too careful. So welcome
yeah,
to
she's in the Mage's
Dawn
Guild.
Guard. I'm sure you've heard a bit of what we're up
Oh,
against.
that's okay. I'm good.
Powerful
I'm good.
vampires, unlike anything we've seen before. And they have an Elder Scroll. If anyone is going to stand in their way, it's going to be us.
This is all well and good, but do we actually know anything about what they're doing? What do we do now?
We'll get to that. For now, get acquainted with the space. Soreen, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on.
Crossbows for Serene.
There's an area large enough
Most
for you
people
to
in the
pen up
Dog
some
Guard
trouble.
are attractive.
Get them armored up and ready for use. In the meantime, we're going to get to the bottom of why a vampire showed up here looking for you.
Let's go have a little chat.
There's also the wood elf, right? She's pretty cute too. Can't remember her name. Okay. So next is the prophet. We gotta follow Isran. All right, I can do all this off stream. I'm sure we've all seen this 1,000 different times. We're here for the conversation, the role play, and see me maybe die, right? All right, so that's it for me for today. Thank you all for joining me once again. It's been an absolute pleasure, as it always is. So yeah, until next time, take care of yourselves. Have some fun with your Skyrim characters and your other video gaming and real life endeavors, and I'll see you in a week, okay? Bye, guys.